Hello YouTube and welcome to episode 3 of the Sapphire series, and in this episode we're mainly going to go over permission handling and the arguments to get the rest of the arguments. You'll see what I mean shortly. So in this episode we are going to make a kick command. So file name kick.ts. Do what we did in the previous episodes, import command from the Sapphire framework along with a message. We're going to want to import args again like last time. We will also want guild member because we're actually going to be member fetching. So we're going to do export class kick command extends command, and in the public constructor we're going to want context command.context and options command.options, like so. Then we want a super with our context, and then our options. Why am I getting an error on kick command? Is this how you do it? Yeah, it's how you do it. Oh, message run is because we haven't made that yet. Okay, no problem. The name is going to be kick. Aliases, you can decide that. I've shown you how to do the aliases. Description: kick a member from the server. Then we are going to want the client, required client permissions. It needs to be able to kick members from the server. And the user permissions, again, they need to kick server's permission, kick member permission. I've actually done a slight little oopsie. It's nothing major. I'm going to make a new folder for the category called moderation, and I'm just going to drag the kick.ts file to that. But that's personal preference for you guys, what category you want it in. And then I could do moderation for this category right here. Okay, am I missing anything? No, I'm not. So that's all good. This video is proudly sponsored by HostingBot, a cheap, fast and reliable hosting company. They provide a selection of services to suit your hosting needs, including Discord bot hosting, servers, and website hosting. Why should you use this company compared to other companies? That is because HostingBot does not oversell their resources and they own their own hardware in their own data centers. With our discount code, you can host your Discord bot for as cheap as under $2. Use the code Monoxity at checkout. If you're having doubts, just look at all these happy customers. Alright, so our message run function, there you go, fix that error. We want to pass through our arguments and message. So first things first, we're going to want to get a member, which is going to be the type of guild member that we imported earlier. It's going to be asynchronous again, so we're using args.pick. So await args.pick, and we're going to have member. If it can't find a member, it's going to return null. And then if there's no member, we're going to return a very simple message, message.channel.send. Could not find... No. You did not provide a valid member. Nice and simple. And then we want const reason, which is going to be a string. And this is where we await args.rest. And we want a type of string, because a reason is going to be a string, is text, plain text. Now what args.rest is going to do, let me show you an example of comments. So we'll use kick at member, and then we're going to have a long reason here. Now args.pick, if we to do args.pick string after it picking the member, it would only take this, it would only just take have. But using args.rest, it takes the rest of the command's arguments and it will return have a long reason here, as opposed to only returning have, if you get what I mean there. Okay. Alright, so next things we're going to do is another little permissions check. So we're going to do if the member is not kickable, we'll return the message.channel.send. I cannot kick this kick the member you provided. Or actually, even better, let's use template literals. I cannot kick member.user.tag. This may be due to role hierarchy, because it can definitely kick members. We've defined up here. These would check first before this even runs. So if this executes, if it's not kickable, it's most likely to do a role hierarchy. Either that or there's like the person's an owner of the server. Okay. Now we want to check the role hierarchy of the message author as well. So if message.member.roles.highest.position, this is going to return a number, so we're checking the role position of the author right now, is less than or equal to member.roles.highest.position, return message.channel.send. You cannot kick member.user.tag. This may be due to role hierarchy, even though it definitely is to do with role hierarchy. Oh, I'm not an accident. Okay. That's my prettier extension. That's just randomly formatted that, by the way, when I saved it. So from here, we now know we have to go ahead to kick this member. So what we're going to do now is await member.kick, and it's telling me here I could provide a reason in the parameters, and this is where I'll just pass through our reason that we provided. As for this, it's going to throw an error if we don't have a reason, so let me just catch that real quick, and we'll just simply catch it and return no reason provided instead. And that won't throw that error anymore. So we've just handled that error. And then it's going to kick the member from the server after all the permission checks are done. And then we can return message.channel.send member.user.tag, and let's put their ID as well, just for moderation purposes. Was kicked from the server for, and then we'll put the reason, let's put it in asterisks, like italics, reason. And there you go. So now we're going to go ahead and compile the bot using TSC and run the bot, and let's hope it works first try. Alright, so I have a user ID of one of our management's alts. We're going to go ahead and run kick. It should complain, yeah, I didn't provide a member. Then we would go ahead and do kick, and we will provide a reason to just show an example of it. This is a long reason. Thankfully, args.rest will grab this whole reason. And there you go. Was kicked on the server for this a long reason. Thankfully, args.rest to grab this whole reason. Evidence in the member log. They left, and we will show the audit log as additional evidence with reason that we passed in the kick parameters. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in a later episode.